Okay. I didn't do... Kind of distracted right before. I haven't been feeling off, but it just took a lot for me to wait to open the game and stream. But I was distracted because I didn't know about the device section in chapter 5. And it pissed me off because I looked it up. I looked up how to actually get that and get the dialogue in the shop. It was on my screen. The act button was on my screen. I had explored that entire area and I just simply didn't see it. I was fucking blind. But I'll get to that when I get to it. Which will be in the normal route, which also made me realize that the 2 device friend times, aside from the ERAM fight, are both skipped by weird route. But yeah, hopefully can get through chapter 3 today, maybe start chapter 4. Did that go through properly? OBS didn't pick up the "its" from what it was saying. Hold on. Maybe it was just because Deltarune was changing its window or something. Because yeah, it didn't pick it up. That's weird. Pretty sure I already went through all this last time. Try not. I did. Okay. I will say, now knowing that there's more added for device friend, I need to actually think about how that affects anything that I'm thinking about in the game. Just that there's not much actually added. Like, there's still not much information. Like, there's the glitched Cat Petter's RPG, or glitched egg, all that. But I don't know. I haven't given it much thought. Wait. Is there anything else we can do? Can we go this way right now, or do we have to wait till later? Can someone turn that back down? No. Or with a parental lock system. Prevent viewing of R-rated movies. Was this one 1, 2, 3? Oh yeah, it's like 2, 1, 3. Entered the numbers knowingly, because Chris would know how to get around the parental lock system. Are you not able to do that if you don't get S rank? On at least one of them? I don't think I'd ever thought about that. Like, what happens if you come here and you just didn't go through any of the sorts? How are you doing, Rouse? Okay to take it easy. Unfortunately, due to the route, well, we'll end up getting ice cream. Susie, actually. Sure, dude. Yeah, none of it's real. It's really weird that, like, the parental lock code for this would 1225. like all things considered. Like that's just bad password making. Oh yeah, now I remember how this flows. If we go over and talk to Tenna, that's when we decide to start actually going that way. I should do that first. I couldn't remember. It's been a while. Because once we talk to him, once we go there, we find Toriel, and then he just cuts us over to the studio. How are they not here yet? I think that's Tenna asking how the cops aren't there. Or how the knight isn't here. One of the two. Because that's what the plan hinges on. Because Tenna's just been given the orders of stalling us. People who don't tell you the whole deal. Well, you might not like Chris. Wait a second, Ralph says be like, you mean Tenna? It's like, yeah, and you, and Chris. Honestly, Susie's surrounded by dishonest people. Let me talk to Tenna. Also, last time I was wondering why he has like Roman numeral 6 on his jacket, but it's just because he's mirrored from having TV. Like there you can see it's actually a T, not an I. Going great, isn't it? This is all very much recontextualized with the sword game. Antenna in that. Like, he's not scared for anything other than self-preservation looking at Chris after repeatedly stalling and seemingly running out of ideas. Nothing else here. See, it's just weird that you... Well, no, actually it's not weird that you see that. Because I think Toby probably expects everyone to hand in their shadow. And not have one. So you would only... this... If you were playing normally, you would only read this after the night fight. Is this going to be the last time? Last chance for this. You can only adjust by 5. Unfortunate. Well, 19% chance. I'm just too good at gambling. I screwed up. I actually spent time drawing out this entire, like, map as it repeats. Because I wanted to see if it was shaped interestingly or not. Didn't seem like it. It does just loop, but I only drew, like, one segment of it. I wonder if I still have it. No, it's just like generally up. Like up and to the left or something. Since it loops like both ways though, it's pretty much any direction. Let me see if I still have that map. Maybe I can just follow it. Oh, technically I was the complete wrong direction. It's right down here. Yeah, I drew a couple like loops of it. It doesn't shape out to look like anything distinct. You use the machine. The capsule came out. Inside was something hard like lacquer. It was a small dark triangle, or a guitar pick. You tried to take it, but it slipped through your hand. And you couldn't find it anymore. Couldn't find your hand. I'm not entirely sure what's going to become of all this. I know with the chapter 5 friend link dialogue, that's also linked to hands. I know people have theorized since chapter 3 came out that Chris is going to lose their hand. It also seems to line up with looking at shadow crystal in the real world, in the light world, that it says you can see through your hand. I don't know where to put that in any ideas or theories that are anywhere near coherent, aside from maybe trying to predict events that are going to happen in the game. And I'm less concerned about that than I am about, like, I don't want to predict things that are going to happen. I want to unravel, like, the mysteries that are being presented and figure out, like, the timeline before the game started. Those are my big concerns. I should put this away. -2 defense. I mean, I'm fine with that. I just didn't realize it was -2 defense. Yeah, I think Gray's time is better than cuteness. Probably a better stat to have. Wonder if the cuteness stat actually affects certain things. Because I wouldn't be surprised if every, like, throwaway buff actually real. Just very niche. Something strange about the set. Not certain what you're stalling. Chris isn't even trying to get out. Yeah, sure. Of course. Or else it just had to be different, huh? Just keep playing along. Great physical challenge. Very difficult. Okay. Funny goop that gets stuck on the... I feel like there were at least 4 of those that existed when I was a kid. And everyone wanted all of them. I maybe got rid of the gacha machine too early, I'm realizing. I thought maybe I wouldn't be able to go in there after this act. I know things get closed off eventually. But if I can get in that room even once, I kind of did it too early, because I'm gonna have a decent amount of points. There was something up here, right? Okay. I knew that most of those are just points. I think you get an item from one of them. It just must be at a different location. I also know that there's like more than just the hidden one that I found on my first playthrough. What was my rank? S. Guaranteed, if you get A or B rank, it's probably the opposite. Like A is B and B is A. Because why wouldn't it be? Chris really just has no actions, huh? Right, it's this puzzle. Oh, Chris can push things. I guess I have enough points for bribery. Oh, it just auto spares too. Okay. I'd never spent my points on that before. I'm glad you don't need to do this the entire time. %64%. Such a weird number when I don't think I timed out on it. Yeah, that's just the max. Weird. One of these has an actual item, right? Okay. Crazy how this is the hardest enemy in the chapter. I don't think there's any harder fights that exist. I say that jokingly, but I do get hit a lot during this just because it's hard to keep track of where you're supposed to go. And the fact that it's a circle growing in a square arena means that, like, the edges are gonna be much more cramped. Even though, like, the edges are where you're allowed more actual movement for dodging. It's the cactus. I'll heal Rouse. That hurt. Okay. Just want to make sure I recruited. I'm sure others have done it too, but I haven't done, like, weird route, but recruit as many people as you can. Obviously, you can't really recruit everyone from, Cyber World. Because of how the weird route works, or Chapter 5. Could really use a save point, but I don't want to wait on one. And somehow get hit here. What? Oh. So you can get it that far out before he turns around to stay off screen. Gonna skip that cabinet just to see if it shows up. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, it would be there, like, chapter 4 when you can go back, right? Like, that's necessary. Oh, wait. Right. It's like, I know that the top one is not needed. I just couldn't remember exactly where everything else fit. Yeah, like, I'm sure with the contract, Tenna would keep a copy, so that when they're shredding it doesn't mean anything. There is the question of, how would Toriel be in grave danger if she was awake? Oh, I just remembered what's coming up. Oh yeah, that's 100 TP. You know, that's fine. Those hits are fine. Oh, end with. The combination speed reading and reaction time. You cannot go back there. Okay. This. I feel like the only time that I've gotten that, I've actually used it and not just like held on to it for a later chapter or something. End with. You said end with. Was I just too slow? Oh yeah. Love wins. I don't think it's... Will it always just be that, like, weird green when it's... It was A. It started and ended with A. I'm just checking all of them because I don't really remember where all the secret ones are. I just remember they exist. Ends with A. Choose B. Choose A. Okay. Okay, I think I've checked all of them. That one just got the same thing on like 4 different screens. Guys, I think there's too many of us. I think if you come back here, there's like that, one of the golden Sams. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna save in case something happens, so I don't need to spam through that again. So, I am gonna take a break. It's been about an hour. Leave it on the glorious rules card battle theme. And be back in like 5 minutes or so. Okay, I'm back. All I can do is act. Lancer used the Lancer card. Which doesn't make sense. I mean, rules using the rules card doesn't make sense either. He is the rules card. Miss, damn it. I always miss one of them. Okay. For Chris and Susie, I can time it with, like, reacting to it landing on the cursor. Whether I'll say I've got to react to it being one before. Damn it. I think that one I just realized it was gonna be the third one each time. So I was able to react better knowing that. Damn it. I was so focused on it being the fifth one. At least this is just, like, not a threat. Because rules does that shit. Whatever, I got him. Yeah, rolls is cringe behind. There's a save point up ahead. I'm not that hurt. Mentioning Bampton. These guys leaving. Kind of being left behind. Do not know him so much? What? I'm headed nowhere. Oh, right. I need to go back to that one. Okay. Now I should have doors. Yep. It's sort of messed up that, like, this implies they just have a remote that doesn't even go to their TV and isn't even theirs. I haven't recruited them all yet. Who have I missed? Shouldn't you be able to check your progress here, or... Oh. Oh, I see. 2 shadow guys. I just wasn't noticing, because I was just checking. I thought the pages would be per chapter. So I just saw like chapter 1, chapter 2. Didn't see the left side of the screen. Or the middle of the screen, honestly. I'll go do egg stuff before... Oh, that did 100 for both of them. Good to know. Okay. Ah, okay. Will that be enough? It will not. I did not see the real one. At least not before I clicked. I think it was on the right side. I was just thinking, okay, I've got to be fast. I'll just do that so that way there I get like guaranteed %. And then I should be able to spare. And now this should say I have everyone, right? Nice. Yeah, I got 2100 from that. I really should have saved them. Is this like the baseline dark world? Because at the fringes of every single dark world is these purple cliffs. And Shudda saying that like there used to be wilderness here, and then it became the theater. And far forgotten old hermit. Oh yeah, and then wardrobe spawns over here. Oh yeah, it's like, it turns out Chris had it all along, right? How I feel with customers talking through the window at work. I think I take the door to go back Golden Sand. Yeah. Right, you walk to the left. And country. Nothing but evil from that place. Spring changed to summer and summer changed. Sure enough, I am the forgotten man. Do you forget me too? Oh. You have forgotten me many times before. Even if you meet me, I will be forgotten thereafter. Sometimes I even forget myself. Will you forget me? No. You remember me? Well, in that case, forget about it. I'm just a man. And well to my story. Once upon a time, the whole world looked like this. You think so? No. Of course not. It's just a story after all. Now let me continue. Well, the world changed. Society was developed. The earth was covered in water, dinosaurs appeared, an ice age. Actually, there are still dinosaurs. It mixed up. In any case, this island is the only place left I can talk. You understand what I'm saying? No. Funny. One day this island will disappear too. May not meet again in that case. Sure. Tell you my schedule, listen carefully. Say I go to sell the donuts. Because you're by the bake sale in chapter 1. Friday, I toss the leftovers in the dumpster. Yeah, because you're by the dumpster. I let it cool on the windowsill. How does that relate? I mean, I guess this Saturday could also be chapter 4. Because it's in the area with all the windows, right? And this kind of takes place in between Friday and Saturday. Sunday I harvest, yeah. So Saturday is chapter 4, Sunday is chapter 5. Hold your breath, head to the left, and count backwards to 100. Does this relate to chapter 6? Did you remember to write that down? I'm not sure if those are instructions for when you're in chapter 5s, or if it's how to find the egg in chapter 6. No, there's no shame in an egg. Whether 11 hours or 11 years. I wonder if this is Toby estimating, yeah, there's probably 11 hours of gameplay after this. Oh. I don't think I ever actually, like, noticed the change. Because Chris was Lightworld Chris, right? Okay. Just watch them playing games. I know it hasn't been an hour yet, but before I do the sword stuff, I want to stretch, stand up, go to the bathroom. So, and just visually, this is a great break screen. So I'll be right back. Okay. Good shorter break. Didn't actually go to the bathroom. Just sort of refilled my drink and stretched a bit. My headset just had weird noise. Like, it's not a bad headset, but every so often, I think wireless, it picks up random particles or radio waves that just cause interference. Be a bit annoying because it's just popping in my ears. It's also kind of crazy that, like, RAM is a power strip and not supposed to be in Chris's house. Like, why did you steal a power strip and a TV remote? Just wanted to have fun again? I don't think so. Actually, if she woke up, she'd have to, like, acknowledge Asgore as not being entirely insane. If not for fun, why do it? Because it's part of the plan. Like, this is the first time that I feel like Chris actually, or a fountain's actually made to go with the knight's actual, like, grand plan. Or what seems to be the knight's grand plan. Part of me wants to see what happens if you die there, but I know that it's just that you have to start over. Like, it's no different than dying anywhere else. I kind of wonder what this whole map looks like zoomed out. So I've never looked it up before. And Chris looks away. Like, I know this parallels the weird route here. Because this is like what you do at the end of chapter 2 weird route. But I don't know, everything in between, I'm hesitant for anyone saying that this sword route spoils weird route. Like, I personally, for a lot of things, I feel like we're internet subcultures are at a point where there are too many people trying to predict the most random outcome that they can justify in hopes of getting Apollo's gift of prophecy, instead of actually trying to follow what the game could be pointing towards. I know, as somebody who doesn't like popular theories, that maybe sounds hypocritical, but because I think a lot of popular theories just aren't thinking enough and are built off of those sort of things. Oh, I did see a YouTube thumbnail pop up that was like, here's why Asriel has to be the knight, and I was just like, yeah, don't recommend Channel to me. I don't care if you agree with me, I don't want to listen to anyone else's theories. This fight is going to be rough. I'm not used to this gameplay. I'm going to have to get lucky with healing dropping. There are definitely things that seem like some of this seems out of place compared to the rest of it. Like this room. It's weird that you end up controlling, like you go from controlling your shadow by moving Chris to only controlling the shadow and then Chris kills you. Oh, that's another thing. When I was looking up stuff for... When I was looking up how to get the Chapter 5 friend Easter egg, hidden dialogue, whatever, somebody mentions Spamton, like, purposefully changing his appearance to go into hiding. And it's like, no. No, like, this is why I don't trust people's theories, because they don't ever go back to check and double check that they're not missing something to contradict what they're saying. Like, Spamton's face turns pale out of, like, shock and fear. From what? No idea. Also, this would probably actually be Tenna, like, somehow playing while connected to this game, despite it not being his game. From everything else that we've seen, like, characters being in the game is because they're connected through other controllers. Yeah, I don't care about the deal. And you know, well, at the time, it seemed like Chris was trying to keep you away from the shelter out of fear. Now it sort of hits different, like, Chris is only scared of us seeing what's in the shelter, not themselves seeing. If the shelter ended up being accurate. Which, like, who knows, man? Who knows? Ow. I don't think the defense from these items actually matters, unfortunately. If it does, then I'd want that, but no, because I've checked it already. It doesn't affect anything. I checked it like the last time I played. Or the first time. Unlucky. I hate that move. Too aggressive. Ow. Damn it. That was further than I expected to get, though. I'm doing better than I thought. I'm just, like, locked in, though. No healing. Okay. That's cool, man. I put myself in a corner I couldn't get out of. It just... there's so much going on. And I didn't realize that it can alternate between, like, fast spamming bombs and doing both of these at the same time. Okay. Pain in the ass. God damn it. I purposely didn't go after boss there because I wanted the friend phase for the chance of healing. It's so fucked up that it's just random. Piece of shit. Oh, wait. Okay, barely had HP, but I made it through. Wait, can you go back on the screen? No. Can't move any closer. Of course, games are fun, but also stab at the same time. I forgot she said that. I was gonna say that's pretty weird, but I guess Chris said it for me. That's gonna be a full heal for Noelle in Chapter 7, Side B, calling it now. No. I need to do the other exchange. Get rid of my points. I could buy ginger guards, but eh. Oh, this is the only one that's actually open. Well then. See, I knew that they closed off at some point. I didn't realize B just stayed open. Also, the fake FOMO. Just being like, yeah, you're missing out on the fun here. And then you can just play the minigames in Castletown. Can't sell. Worth $1. Yeah, you're given a chance to get more stuff after. Prepare for the actual fight. So this should be good enough. Maybe I don't take deluxe dinner. Oh, that's just better. Okay. Well, kinda. Okay. So we'd have Asriel, Chris, Noel, Des in the front row. Then Toriel, Asgore, Rudy, and Carol. The order in which they disappear is definitely important. Des disappears first, then Carol, then Asgore, then Noel, then Rudy. And then Asriel. Like, that ordering was the first thing that sort of tipped me off that whatever happened with Des might not be... Like, it might be related to Asgore, but it might not be as directly related as people were making it seem. Because Carol leaves before Asgore does. If it were like directly related, it'd be like Des is gone and then everyone blames Asgore and Asgore leaves. But it's like Des disappears, or leaves, or kills herself or something. Then Carol throws herself at her work. Asgore loses his job and goes sort of crazy about the Dark Worlds. Gets distanced. Noel stops hanging out, probably because of depression. Rudy has no reason to be there if, like, it's just him and Toriel and Toriel's kids. Also, that's some very tricky wording there. When the night appeared and I was told. Not when the night appeared and told me, because that wouldn't be the truth. I love TV. Whoops. Let's just get some TP up. That's so tempting, but I can't. I should have. I should have bet. Ow. Does 100 heals. Why? Why the difference, huh? You couldn't proofread how you had it formatted before? Hold on. And even between chapters 1 and 2 it changed. Why is it... Why? Does this go before the items? Yep. Or I'll say his true form. Like if he's not a marketable plushie in the light world, I don't know what he is. I should have had that free. Something in my eye. It's crazy how I can be scratching my eye and like barely gets picked up. by face tracking. Webcams are fucking awful. Uh, 694, so that was 14 off of healing 80. Kinda sucks. Might be one of the worst button clicks in this game. Oh, they're like... That was messing me up. Change Rausai's health by a lot, though. Can say that much. That didn't sound like how I remember the song going. I'm getting dinner to get back, Rousey. Okay, well, that didn't last long. That was so close. This is kind of rough. I think the fire is always going to get me. Okay. A little bit down to the wire there. Yeah, that's not the best thing to say. Is like, hey man, I know you just want to be like useful and have people still enjoy you, but like, we're not real. We've served our purpose. It's fine to be obsolete. We're all gonna be obsolete one. That's not uplifting. Someone does want a TV, but we're gonna keep Tenna in Castletown for the dialogue options. Because I'm pretty sure Tenna should be fine at the end of this. Like, we recruited everyone. Weird Rout's not gonna automatically make it so that whether he's completely broken at the end of this, right? Not what the knight wants. I mean, it's not what Chris wants, but Chris's job has already been fulfilled. They've been stalled long enough. I should have changed my storage first. I need more good healing. And I guess I should buy maybe just one of these. One defense or one attack. Maybe I shouldn't have bought one, but I'll have it in case of also buy this in case of fusion. Anyways, I'm gonna be right back for doing this. I do need to put that right there. And yeah, it's pretty quiet. Too bad. Gonna just stay quiet. Also need to refill my drink. Okay, I'm back. Also had to turn my AC up. It is kind of hot in here. It's weird because I think it's raining today. Or at least the last time I checked it was. Anyways, can double check on saving and then see how many attempts this takes. Also, hey, Eden music. Sent a hi in the middle of me being on break. Unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, the Knight's not actually trying to take Toriel. The Knight's trying to make it look like they're taking Toriel. Like, this is all just to stall until the cops are about to be here. Okay, it's been a year. I don't remember any of the patterns, so there's no way I'd make it first try. I'm just saying that. I also have like no practice with actually attacking. Press defend, Brood Buster. Deluxe dinner is too much. That's almost... Light candy's almost worth it. A little bit of overheal, but that's fine. God damn it. Took a moment. Took just a moment to remember how to dodge that. May as well get Susie back. I don't think I've ever actually dodged it that well. That was good. Okay. Okay, I'm getting better. Honestly, Susie, I didn't think we'd still be standing. Yeah. I've got to defend, so that way there I can Rude Buster. And then I guess defend is probably the safest choice. I just don't like how Ralsei's health is right now. But there's no good heal for it. Like, Executive Buffet? But it's so much wasted. Now it wouldn't be too much wasted. That one's rough. Okay, that was heal by 70. Ow. 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 I'm bad at the game. That's good enough. Defend, so that way there I can get more TP. So I can maybe Rude Buster next turn as well. I think I just saw a fly in here. That's annoying. I had one day like a couple of weeks ago where there were just way too many flies in here for no reason, and I've been a bit worried about it happening again. And then spin cake. God damn it. Even seeing things, I just couldn't react to them. I think I hold on. I defend. I play aggressive. Because revive minting Rouse is not as worth as revive minting Susie. Okay. I'm too good at this game. Even 1 year of not playing that fight, I'm still too good at the game. I can't believe it. That's what I'm saying. We actually beat it. First try. Oh, I was ready for like at least 5 attempts. This was highly unexpected. Okay, now I remember and things make sense. I was watching VODs of Super TF playing the game and Chatter trying to backseat being like, make sure you pick up the Shadow Crystal, make sure you pick up the Shadow Crystal in Chapter 1. Which the game just gives it to you. They forgot that, like, they only remembered like Chapter 3. This is the only time that like you have to pick it up and you're not just given it. I'm also now remembering the theory people have that that was Chris attacking Susie. But like, I don't believe that. Especially given Chris's wincing during the sword route at having me attack Susie and Rouse. I also wonder, like, how known are dark worlds in universe? I think the only person we actually mention it to is Undyne. And while it's written off as a joke, her saying that it's not the police's job to deal with the dark world, it's like, what if it's just simply not? Like, it's known about within the police and at least like the town government, Carol. Maybe it's just like something that the kids don't know about until stumbling into it. Undyne also seems to know how to just like conjure and throw spears in here. But I guess Asgore's reaction and how he acts might be proof that it's not well known. Or it's just that he found something in a dark world that people don't believe. Can't go backwards, okay. You know, I wonder where Flowery's, like, openings to the light world actually take you, given that it seems like if it goes through a door, it conjures up that grandiose Deltarune door. Why were they trying to take Toriel? False. They weren't. If Toriel was the aim, there would have been no reason for Chris to slash the tires to get Toriel to call the cops. Would have just started a dark world and taken Toriel. I don't know. I think, honestly, this is a bit of a misjudgment. I think once the police chief gets kidnapped into the bunker that's got a control panel on it that you don't understand, maybe it's time to tell someone. I mean, it might be a dark world, but you just still tell someone. I know Asgore will listen. He'll understand. They'd get cool powers. They'd be able to hold their own. Like, you saw what happened with Noelle and Burnley being in a dark world with no experience, and it'd be about the same as everyone else. Chris is also, like, purposefully omitting the fact that their dad had been talking about dark worlds for years and going crazy over stuff like that, as well as Chris's own experience with the shelter. And now we see Chris going to have a strategy meeting with the Knight. It is one of those things, though, like, there's 3 entry fields, 3 symbols beside them. It kind of implies you need all 3, but clearly don't, since the Knight already got in without having the police. Or assumedly the police code, given kidnapping Undyne. Like, this is where chapter 3 ends off. And I think it's a clever trick releasing 3 and 4 at the same time. Because you notice the passage of time less between 3 and 4 if you're playing them back to back. And what I mean by that is, like, chapter 4 starts with you being about to seal the fountain, or in a dream after having sealed the fountain. So there's clearly time that passes between Chris standing in front of the door that was opened by the Knight after Susie left, basically inviting Chris in. The chapter ends, Chris no longer has our eyes on them. They're able to go and just confer with the Knight on, like, what's gonna happen next. And as far as the passcodes go, I firmly believe that there's like 2 inner doors that need to be open. And you need to use a different passcode on each door in order to probably why there's 3 and the knight can get in, but the knight still needs more. Anyways, I said maybe I'd go to chapter 4, but it took a bit longer than I expected. So I think I'm going to call it there. Thanks anyone who's been watching, lurking. Always appreciated. I'll probably be back in a couple of days. If you want to keep up on when I'm streaming, follow or subscribe depending on where you're watching from. Well, maybe not subscribing on YouTube. YouTube doesn't do a good job of showing you when people are streaming, but like it does help. Also helps my motivations for streaming. Number go up, feels better. Dopamine hits, feels good. But yeah, I'm at least gonna play through this game this time and then continue from chapter 2 to play through it another normal route. Especially since like chapter 4, when I finish chapter 4, chapter 5 is not going to take that long. Well, I'm considering I might do a split on chapter 5 as well. I might do a split on chapter 5 where I abort weird route just to see the abort weird route content. And then I also split for like going through weird route. Because if you abort it, then you at least are able to get like, you started weird route and then you're able to get the shadow crystal by actually doing chapter 5. I'm also not sure if like the actual abort jingle plays. Anyways,